All right, we are back. It's been a few weeks, but Mr. EJ van Dran is back here with me. And that means there's another event coming up, EJ. Not just any event, a new event on the calendar, the first ever edition in the Baltic area. Tomorrow will be the first day of the ACL Baltic Open event, tier 2 points, second big event of the year. And we were just talking about it before we started. You're going to travel there tomorrow, right? And you'll be playing.
Correct. Yep. So super excited. This will be my first time in Latvia, so adding another country to the tour. But yep, I'll be traveling there with quite a few folks. KT, Gavin, Mark, Andreas, Stefan. So yeah, we're excited. So we're gonna
So you
hang
booked
out
the
there a
whole
little
you,
bit. What's
you booked the
that?
whole plane. You booked the whole plane.
Yeah, basically.
The
And then we're gonna
chartered
stay there.
chartered one.
Yeah, oh absolutely. It's they're cheap these days, oil and all. Um But yeah, we're excited. That'll be really fun. And then we're gonna stay there a little bit on Monday too to kind of maybe check out Riga a little bit. So excited to
Yeah,
play and then kind of see the city a little bit.
yeah, nice. It would be a nice challenge if you would ever have your own like private airplane. What would you call it? What would be like a cool cornhole name for your airplane?
Uh,
Something
you
with
know,
airmail, I'm sure.
yeah, maybe. That's a good point, man. You put me on the spot with such a good question. I don't want to butcher it. I'd have to give that some thought, but I don't know. Yeah. It comes to mind definitely like Airmail or Airmail City, like the
Yeah,
one, the one actor in the US has
yeah.
I don't know.
Airmail Airlines.
Yeah, Airmail Airlines, I like it. I like it. So that, we could just hop around Europe and just pick up all the players and head there.
Yeah, yeah, that'll be
So,
fun. Yeah, also very environmentally friendly. So why not?
absolutely. Absolutely. So, but excited.
uh, what's going on in your life? How are things?
Oh, pretty good. Life just keeps going, work and all. Play wise, had the opportunity to play in a local level four uh doubles tournament last week over at Tomas Pernak's with
Yeah,
SG Fidai. Goonie and I were able to take home that title, so we're super excited
yeah,
about that. Yeah, and I think it gives us a little bit of just a little bit maybe momentum, maybe even within ourselves, but definitely some confidence going into another tournament. So it
yeah,
was well attended, like 40 teams. Germany runs deep and there's a lot of
yeah,
strong teams here. So um
yeah.
even a level four tournament's definitely one to be proud of.
No, and to me, that's also one of the most positive things because I think that adding more local tournaments is the most important thing at the moment because you really want to grow the base of players. And to
Hmm.
see that, like in one weekend, there was the event, of course, that you were just talking about, but also, for example, Kevin and Jeroen from Belgium, they ran
Hmm.
a great tournament in Belgium. I think the French also had another tournament. So it's just fun to
Correct.
see that, in just one weekend, there may be, I don't know, three, four, five different well visited events all across Europe with a good bunch of new players. And
Absolutely.
yes, shout out to all those people, event organizers making the leap to do that because that's really what brings our sport forward is to have the opportunity to play in such events where it's just a really low bar. You can just walk in and come and play and just have fun and experience
Hmm.
things. And yeah, that will build the new generation of players, of course, as well for also competition for the top spots in Europe. So I'm really
Absolutely.
it's really exciting to see that, to be honest.
Yeah, and big shout out to, you mentioned Kevin DeCormick. I saw he had like a news team there on
Yeah,
site. That was really cool.
yeah,
So, kudos to
yeah,
them to getting cornhole to be more of a recognized sport over in Belgium.
yeah,
Seems
yeah,
like and I know France has done something similar, so it's awesome. I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's really good, and they also started just a few years ago, and really gradually built their player base. Just a few new players each time, and then to see that they are now able to host such an event with a really good turnout, and people are having a lot of fun. That's really awesome to see. So it's those
Hmm.
events are really critical for our sport. So please continue to do that, and whatever we can do to help, also from either ACL perspective or Wikihood perspective, or we're all on it, because these are the important ones.
Absolutely.
Uh, yeah, I was just we were talking about things in our lives. I went to the barber this morning, barber,
Oh, wow.
hairdresser, whatever
Okay.
you want
I
to
was
call
about
it.
to say it looks good.
Well, thank you. Um, but it's a crazy story, because I've been going to this guy for, I don't know, maybe a couple of years now, and he's always like super quiet, and I like that, because I it's almost like a zen moment for me when I go there. I just want to sit down, don't think about anything, just relax a little bit. Um, and I just assumed, that he was just a local guy, and whatever. And then last time I was asking a little bit more about him and his family, and it turned out the guy was from Syria, and he came here as a refugee. And he told me that he would see his family for the first time in 8 years. And
Wow.
that was back in December when I went there. So I asked him about it, and yeah, he was over the moon, because he was able to see his family again after like 8 years.
That's,
Can
oh
you
my
imagine
gosh.
how crazy that is? Just not being able to see your family for such a long time, and then see them again.
Absolutely.
It was just crazy. And
Yeah,
it
that's
reminds me,
awesome.
like, there's always a story behind people, right? Even when you think you
Hmm.
know people, it's there's always a story.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned it, and I mean, how many times you've been playing cornhole with someone and you find out a little bit about them and you're like,
Yeah,
"What?" Like
yeah,
you were a helicopter pilot, or like
yeah, yeah,
you were in the
yeah,
military, or like you're a mayor of a town. Like there's
yeah,
always like just it's incredible. There are some
yeah,
very interesting and very successful people in
yeah,
our cornhole leagues. So,
yeah. Yeah, so
all walks
also,
of
like,
life.
ask the question, right, and show some interest in each other, and because everyone has a fun story to tell, and you can learn something from everyone. So just keep asking the questions. I think,
Heck yeah.
I guess, was at least was a good learning for myself as well.
That's awesome. All right. Well, it sounds like how are you? You asked me how I'm doing, I guess. How are you doing? Outside of the
Yeah, pretty
haircut, of
good.
course.
Well, yeah, that was the most important thing in my life, of course, the haircut. But
Yeah.
no, aside from that, super busy. Things are progressing, and we're all over the place, trying to get things organized. And of course, I think within a few weeks, the season is for us really kicking into gear, because now we may have only one event each month, but then starting April, May, it gets super busy with events. So we
Oh
have to
my
do a lot of
gosh,
planning,
yes.
make sure all equipment is there, the events are organized and stuff like that. So
Yeah. I think starting like the last week of April, I think there's like a 5 week stretch of just like every
yeah,
weekend there's some big tournament. So it's quite the
yeah.
gauntlet. So, but it'll be exciting.
It is. Yeah, it's definitely exciting, and also really nice. Thomas is doing so much work as well, and in the background and helping me out. So that also yeah, it's a big relief, and it really helps us to make sure we're not making big mistakes, and we keep things well organized. So that's
Hmm.
great. So yeah, no, can't complain. Can't complain. Keep
Heck
keep
yeah.
keep grinding. And you saw the
Absolutely.
news that ACL is resigning with ESPN
I saw
for
that.
the coming years. So I think that's
Oh
very
wow.
positive for the sport, and
Yeah.
quite essential. And
Hmm.
uh, and I think it's good to see, because you see often with new sports, it's like it gets like a trendy sport, and then you may get a deal with television for a year or two, and then the trend is over and they move on to
Hmm.
something else. But I think re-signing for another 3 years, that's a really good indication that also television and ESPN specifically here is really believing in the sport. So that's, yeah, I found it
Absolutely.
really good
And,
news, to be honest.
and every time the Olympics comes up, whether it's the 4 year cycle or the winter cycle, it always constantly brings up the question of where's cornhole, right? And
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I know
yeah,
you and your team, and
yeah.
the whole, the whole world organization is for, the WCO is working on that, and so,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
absolutely, as I'm watching curling, I'm like, if curling can be on here, if breakdancing can be on here, how in the world can we not have cornhole? So
yeah,
I know we got
yeah.
certain standards to meet, but I appreciate your work on doing all that.
Yeah, it's a long road. There's a big competition of sports that want to like climb the ladder towards the Olympics, and there's a lot of boxes you need to check and a lot of hoops you need to climb through. Um, but we will get there eventually. It just takes time. And
Yep.
but what I can say is like what people in that world of the IOC and then kind of the Olympic movement, what they like about our sport, maybe compared to many other sports, is that we do have a sport that's completely new and
Mm.
in itself totally different than any other sport, right? So I think pickleball or padel are great examples. They're
Mm-hmm.
also great upcoming sports, but it's kind of an derivative of tennis, right? So, and that's
Mm-hmm.
often the case. So many of the new sports that are trying to climb the Olympic ladder, they are, yeah, often just a new sort or a new kind of type of an existing sport. And with cornhole, it's different. It's completely new. Like there's nothing that's anything similar to cornhole right now.
Yep. It sure is. So,
So
well, I'm excited, and like
that's
I
the
said, I
advantage.
look
That's the
forward to
advantage
seeing
that we
how.
have.
We'll see. We'll see how much time where we go over the next few years. So,
Yeah, I hope we get to live through experiencing that because it will take time.
mm-hmm, for sure.
All right, hey, let's move to the Baltic Open. We have a big weekend ahead of us, and big thanks to Kaido Liepins Liepa from Latvia to make this event happening. It's always these guys that are taking the leap, taking the risk to organize something like that. And there's a lot of work that goes into that. So definitely big shout out to him for pushing for it. Um, I mean, the field is not as big as in Slovenia. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Slovenia was sold out and had a huge number of players. This one is not as big, but the level of competition will be extremely high. I was looking through the names that will be there. Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's got to be another tough one.
Absolutely. Yeah, as you said, I think I counted at least 11 pros or so, and then, plus so many other great players. So it's great to see such a good turnout, especially given, I think, most countries got to fly out for this one.
Yeah,
Where Slovenia, you can get a lot of driving traffic from, Croatia and Slovakia and Italy and all
yeah,
that. So yeah, so it looks like it's going to be a good turnout. I think we're just really excited to, be a part of the first one. And yeah, looking forward to just, seeing our good hosts from Latvia, and,
yeah,
seeing the Linden Leaf Club, and, all of our
yeah,
friends over there. So pretty cool.
yeah. Some of the big guns that will be there. Well, you will be there obviously, but Roman and Goran will be there playing. You're playing with Mark, right? Mark Hemmler.
Mm-hmm.
This event. Gavin will be there. Stefan Beck, Yanni, who had an amazing tournament in Slovenia. He will also be here in Latvia. Aurimas from
Mm-hmm.
Lithuania, who is a pro this year and always performs well. Bruno is coming from the Netherlands with his family. Yeah, so that it's definitely not an if anyone was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna go to Latvia to grab some easy points, it's not gonna be like that for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, I don't see easy points happening this year, just period. I don't
No,
see that
true.
happening. There's just too much good play across the board. Too many people who want to compete. And so even in some of these, like you said, where maybe the total counts down, you're still gonna have a lot of strong players at every tournament
Yeah,
this year. I guarantee it.
yeah, 100%. from Wicked Wood, you're playing with Mark, and then we
Hmm.
have Lenny. He's coming to.
Yeah.
So that's quite amazing. He
Hmm.
of course had a great season debut in Slovenia. Do you know
Hmm.
who is he playing doubles with?
That I don't know. Maybe I know he played with UA. I probably didn't say that right, but I know he played with him back in Slovenia, so perhaps still teaming
Okay,
up with him. But he's gonna switch it up this year. I talked to him maybe a week ago. I know he had a few different teammates depending on which tournament, so don't quote
yeah.
me on that.
Well, I know that Uwe will be there, so
Okay, so yeah, maybe.
that seems logical. Logical, but I'm trying
Hey,
to
I think they ended
see if I
fourth or
can.
fifth in Slovenia, so sometimes you don't fix something that's not broken.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I was gonna say
uh,
that's like seemed like they were clicking for sure.
mhm.
He's playing with Uwe. Yeah, for sure.
All right,
Yeah,
there we are.
that's another team to pay close attention to in doubles. Uh,
Who
and then
and then
Bruno is
yeah,
coming, of course, from the Netherlands. So
who's
he,
he playing
he right.
with?
Yeah, I'll check right away. Maybe with his dad. Oh no, he's playing with Thomas Hofstede.
Oh, Hofstay.
He's also
Okay,
coming.
good, good.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah. So some really good
Nice.
Dutch players as well in
Absolutely.
Latvia, because
Nice.
Marieke and Paul, the parents of Bruno, they will also play.
Okay.
Um, and they're immediately one of my dark horses for this event because I saw them at the Western Experience.
Mm-hmm.
And they won the Western Experience event, and
Yes.
they beat teams with like Robert Wendler, Karel Slegers, Henk Verhoeven. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, could be some nice surprises from them as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you talk dark horses, there's a lot of them. You just can't underestimate players in cornhole. If you're missing a few shots and they're on, it's game over. And so,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fun to see the different nationalities again because we have there's of course there are German players, there are US players, but we have well Latvia, Lithuania, we have Finland with Yanni, we have
mm-hmm.
Serbia because Marco and Milos are coming. We have the
Wow.
Netherlands, we have Slovenia, we have some Swiss guys coming. What am I
Wow.
missing? Yeah, so it's like a lot of different nationalities playing, actually,
Mm-hmm.
which is quite
Yeah, that's
cool.
great. That's great. Like I said, especially given the fact that most folks are flying. It's good to still see such a good turnout.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Were
you
flights
mentioned.
easy to get from Germany?
Yeah, I think yeah, I mean, I didn't I it was pretty just direct flight over from Frankfurt to Riga for us at least, and so that's pretty easy. We have we're pretty fortunate where we got a big airport like Frankfurt nearby,
Yeah,
um so that doesn't tend to be too much of an issue. And yeah, and I mean, as you can we packed up our rental car from Riga down, and so yeah, it didn't seem like there was any shortage of people who wanted to go. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah. But you meant
I saw the price that Thomas Pernak was able to get a rental car for. I mean, it's like for
yes.
for for one rental car for 3 days in Riga, you can buy. I mean, one beer in Sweden, right?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think our rental car, it was yeah, maybe like 50 euros or something,
It's
maybe
crazy, yeah.
60. It was not much. It was pretty cheap
Yeah,
for 4 days, and we have it for 4 days. So,
yeah,
yeah, we're talking, €12 a day or something. That's crazy.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
I will
awesome.
never
I'll take it.
exactly. I'll never
Uh-huh.
forget. I also had like the cheapest rental car in Poreč last year in Croatia,
Hmm.
and there was even like this girl from the rental car agency that walked out with me to the car to like check everything and stuff. I mean that doesn't really happen nowadays anymore. And
Right.
and I mean she was just like, it's the end of the season, nobody cares anymore. Just make sure. just make sure you don't completely wreck it, but otherwise
Uh,
you're gonna be fine. Okay.
that's that's too funny.
And she told me
Oh
like,
man.
and make sure to never buy a car that's been used as a rental car because that's always going to be a bad deal.
Oh yeah, you're gonna take quite a beating on those rental cars, with so many different
Yep.
drivers. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you mentioned so many people who are going. You mentioned a lot of pros. I guess I'll put it on you. Who's your favorite? You know, maybe who's a favorite, and then who's maybe a contender that maybe might surprise us. Maybe in singles or doubles. What are you thinking?
Oh, I mean, there's a strong group of players that I think that can win. I think obviously you and Roman are always favorites wherever you guys play. Um, I was kind of surprised with the when I was looking at the stats that specifically Gavin, he had such a great DPR
Yeah,
for the whole Slovenia weekend. So I was like,
yeah.
if
Yeah,
he
it was
can
a
really,
1.16 I'm reading. That's
yeah,
crazy.
and like a big gap between him and the next one, I think. So it seems like if he can, maintain his level of play throughout the day and maybe improve a little bit more, uh,
Mhm.
he's definitely not far off. So I think he will do really well. Stefan Beck is always super consistent, and I think he will continue to perform well. But I'm
Absolutely.
also really looking at the local guys. I mean, there are many.
Mhm.
I think a couple that. Well, I'll first name a few names on my side, and I'll also let you know. I asked Kaido like which players should we pay close attention to with his experience with the local players.
Okay.
Um, but a couple guys that I think are really playing really well. I was playing against Eduard Lucic
Mm.
from Latvia. He was in Sweden last year, and I was really impressed with his technique. Um, and I'm often not really looking at like PPRs or stuff like that, but really looking at technique. Who has a technique to really maybe make a big leap? And well, he certainly had a really good technique, so that was definitely one.
Okay.
Um, I'm excited to see Utah and Juris for the first
Mhm.
time this season to see if they can make another step forward in their progression. Um, yeah, and then Kaido really pointed out to me that Nora Opiusa, so I think she is Juris's girlfriend.
Mm. Oh,
Um,
yes. Yes.
he said like she has been phenomenal so far this season, and she's been
Mhm.
really hot playing. Really really strong.
Yeah,
Um,
I keep seeing her pop up with trophies in hand, whether it's singles or doubles. So I would
yeah,
agree. So very impressive.
yeah. So that's exciting. There are some other local names that you maybe have not seen on the European stage yet, but I saw some stats already that are really promising. Rimantas Grigos and Mantas Valisis.
Mm,
I
yeah.
probably these are terrible pronunciations, I'm sure, but yeah, those are some names that I'm gonna pay close attention to.
Yeah, and if I recall right, man, I don't remember exactly what tournament it was last year, but they made it to the championship game in doubles in one of the tier threes last year.
Yeah,
So they're
yeah,
definitely a force to be reckoned with.
yeah,
They're pretty good. Lithuania comes strong,
yeah,
and so
yeah,
it
yeah.
wouldn't surprise me at all to see either of them in the top three, or frankly, just winning and either of them.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely.
So.
Yeah. You want to try to pronounce one of our other Latvian favorites?
Are we talking about Svayunis or Latvian? Oh, Latvian. Oh yeah, we're gonna go Genidis. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If I butchered your name, buddy, I am so sorry. I know I got it right last season, but frankly, I just haven't seen you in a little while.
Yeah.
I know he had he had some sort of like surgery or something near the end of last year,
Oh,
and
did
so
he? Oh, yeah.
he did. So and I believe that's what led to him not going to Slovenia. But I
Mm,
do anticipate, and I last I chatted with him over the phone, maybe a month or so ago, that he was back on and ready to kick butt. So it'll be good to
yeah,
see him and you to go down and inevitably, like any tournament, it'll come down to one of those three playing each other, and
yeah,
one of them will have bragging rights for the day.
yeah.
And so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no,
So
you got some good.
if Gennadis and Alan Yakus would arm wrestle, who do you think would win?
You know, honestly, I think the third person you got to throw in there is Svayunis.
Oh, yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
yeah,
know? Do
yeah,
you know that guy was like a world class bodybuilder?
yeah.
Like
I
he
heard that.
traveled like
Yeah,
all like we talk about stories, right?
yeah,
And things that
crazy.
people
Yeah,
do. And like this guy was traveling across the world as a teenager. I
yeah,
think he was lifting more at the age of 6 than I've ever lifted. And so yeah, just incredible. But I guess if I couldn't add him in and be my dark horse for that arm wrestling, I'm probably just gonna go I'll go Allen, just based on the fact that, I'm not sure how the surgery impacted Janatus. So I don't want him to get hurt. So
yeah. Could be a fun alternative event at some point during the Europe Open to do like
And it wouldn't surprise me if he lets him win arm wrestling. So he gets Alan Yakis's arm all tired, and then he beats him at
yeah.
Cornhole. So that's big brain strategy, right? I think that's what they
Yeah,
have to offer. So,
yeah, yeah.
but
Well, they both definitely spend some time in the gym, and they look very fit.
uh-huh. Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, we probably missed some names, but yeah, I think the you know the width of the how deep the group of players is that can perform well this weekend
Hmm.
will be really good.
And you
Um,
mentioned
uh,
you mentioned Kaido already because he's helping put this thing on, or putting this thing on, but he's a good
yeah,
player in his own right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So and how
It's,
many
it's
times have we?
always interesting to see
Go ahead.
like if he can still perform well while also doing
Yes.
his director
Yes.
duties. That's
Yes. It's so hard. That's so hard to do.
I
You
mean,
see it so
as
often.
Thomas Pernak asked Florian Sermatten like how it is to try to do both. It's so hard.
Hmm. Yeah, Yaka attests to that quite often. He says it's just very difficult to do
Yeah,
both of those. It's hard. I think it's a mental thing more than anything.
yeah,
But
yeah. Talk about
he's
Yaka.
he's a good
I think
player.
he's also playing here.
Yeah, yeah, he's teaming up with Gavin, so he'll be
Oh
there.
yeah, oh yeah. So that's
Um,
another great
so
doubles team.
But I strongly do think that in both singles and doubles, we will find either a Latvian or a Lithuanian in the top three. Like it's so often we see this, like it's not even like a home field advantage, but maybe
Yeah,
like it's just like you've got the crowd there for you. It helps
yeah,
maybe, but yeah, that's
yeah.
definitely my prediction. Singles and doubles, one of those two countries will have someone in the top three.
Cool. Well, we will write this down for sure.
There you
And see,
are.
I was just wondering who Yanni is teaming up with for
Yeah,
double.
yeah, look that up. While you're looking that up, man, you reflected on the DPR. I was just thinking, how quickly like we're just moving up in the game of cornhole in Europe, right? Like you mentioned the
Yeah,
DPR and the PPRs. A few weeks ago, right after Slovenia, you sent out the PPR list, and we're talking like in order to get on that list, you at least had to be past 9.5,
yeah,
all the
yeah,
way to 10, right? Like
yeah.
that's like
It's crazy, huh?
there were some tournaments when I first got to Europe where I won with, an 8-6, 8-7.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
so, yeah, so just night and day, night and day.
yeah, yeah. I think that's good. Yeah, no, it's really amazing, and we will try to post more of those stats and make them available to everyone, so people can really also do their own analysis and stuff like that.
Hmm. I like it.
Um, I was trying to find Janis double partner, but I could not find it. So maybe he's
All
still
right.
looking. I don't know.
He did the hide button. He wants it to be a secret, a little
Yeah,
surprise,
yeah.
you know?
You will show up at the last minute,
Uh-huh.
walk on doubles team
Exactly.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You will just check who's performing well on Saturday and who we can pick up as his partner maybe on Sunday.
For sure.
We of course try to live stream this weekend.
Mhm.
It's always a challenge to get that all set up and done, especially with the team that's doing it for the first time. So we'll hope it all works out, but it's definitely the plan to live stream this weekend.
I hope so.
Um, the info email went out to the players. In Portugal, there's a like a cafeteria, how do you call it, like a canteen at the venue where you can get food and drinks. So definitely make sure to take advantage of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are the most important things I think for the venue. Everything else should be pretty
And
straightforward.
I saw they added an airmail challenge between a few of
Yeah,
the events, so that's pretty cool.
yeah, that'll be fun. So something to relax in between the games and
And
do a fun ML.
I think Doman and Bronco aren't going, so someone else
No,
might
no.
actually
So
win an airmail
others,
challenge.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You
So
actually have a shot at winning this. Yeah.
yeah, so if they're
No Bruno
listening, if
Bacchier.
yeah, yeah. If either three, if any of those three are listening, or honestly, even Goonie is also an
Yeah,
airmail
yeah,
extraordinaire. So
yeah,
thank you guys for sitting this one out and letting someone
yeah.
else take home that airmail trophy.
It would be fun once to do like an event where you do a draft where you have to select players for your airmail contest.
It
Like,
would. I love it. I'm still a big fan. I know we brought it up in the off season, but I think at some point
yeah,
maybe molding that crew cup into some sort of team format. Man, that'd be so cool.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're working on some things, but we'll
Yeah.
get back to that for
If you like
sure.
that, if you're watching and you like that idea, Tan wants you to shoot him a private message telling him that you like that
No
idea.
more, no more private. I do not need
He
more
needs
private messages in my life.
he needs a private message, okay? Preferably late at night. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, no, you can create a ticket. You can create a ticket.
so oh
Oh
yeah.
gosh.
But
All right,
oh
cool.
man.
So this was going to go down this weekend. Last thing, we have new ACL Pro boards coming, so that's really cool. They are arriving next week together with new mats, and also we will be able to customize elite boards going forward. So 18
Hmm.
millimeters ACL elite boards. So if you have
Nice.
a club and you want 18 millimeters official ACL elite, but with your own design, anything is possible. It can all be
That's
done.
nice. I mean, and if we're talking about new gear, this shirt
Yeah,
looks familiar right here.
rocking the
So
New Jersey.
yeah, it feels good, man. You guys did well this year. So we were
Awesome.
rocking them last weekend, and that's what led us to victory, not at all our throws. So so yeah, so excited to wear them again this weekend, and
Yeah.
then pro jerseys maybe soon, maybe.
Yeah, no, they were not able to make it for this weekend. They are
Okay,
expected to come in next week, so
okay,
slightly too late for this event, but we're
okay.
getting there. The
All right.
manufacturer has been, how do I say this nicely? Um, yeah, not super amused by the fact that they had to do like 78 different designs, and so it's been a challenge to get that done quickly. And each year we have more players and more different styles, more different jerseys, so it gets like more crazy every year.
Mm-hmm.
But they're, I mean, for the Scandinavia Open, they will definitely be there,
Okay.
100%.
Awesome. Well, that'll be good to see. So, and
Yeah,
that one's right around the corner. So we maybe a video recap
yeah.
of this one, and then also preparation for Denmark.
Yeah, yeah. So we have to see how we plan it. Maybe we get back next week with a little recap, or maybe we do like a combined recap and preview for Scandinavia. We'll see. But anyway, I wish you good luck this weekend. I hope it will be fun. I hope you guys will enjoy Latvia, and yeah, I hope it will be a great event.
I appreciate it, Tan. We'll miss you. We'll definitely recap and let you know how it goes. But I'm excited.
Yeah,
Thanks again to our folks over at Latvia and Kaido for putting this together.
100%.
We're excited to be part of the first one, so it's gonna be a good weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, cool, man. We'll be back soon.
All right, take care, Tan.
Thank you.